Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS soaps, both the Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful. And this is your Young and the Restless recap for September 2nd. And look like the news is out. Breaking news on Diane's past, and Phyllis and Nikki are over the moon excited. We also have bad news for Tessa and Mariah in their adoption process. And then Adam gives Sally an apology. Question is she going to accept it? So before we unpack all of this, take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. And please don't forget to like and share. So we start out over at the ranch where we see Victor quizzing Nikki about her plan to drive Diane Jenkins out of town with the shame of Talia Morgan's upcoming article. Now, after Victor reminds Nikki that Diane is Kyle's mother and Summer's mother-in-law, he also warns Nikki that he doesn't want their young family to get hurt. Other than that, Victor is absolutely fine with whatever and however Nikki wants to blow Diane out of the water. So now we're over at Society. Summer is voicing more suspicions about Talia's Ashland Locke so-called story. Now Phyllis realized that her daughter still doesn't really trust her, and she should trust her gut. Summer admits that she still thinks her mom is up to something, but she backs off since she made a pact with her husband Kyle to not babysit their moms. And I can't believe Phyllis is actually just consistently lying to her daughter, basically gaslighting her at every turn, because you would think she would be like, okay, I can't keep lying to her. But every time she put her suspicions on the table, Phyllis makes her second guess it. It just sucks how she does that. So we're over at Crimson Lights, and Adam walks in and finds Sharon and Nick helping Faith go over all of her college checklist. Now, Faith is headed off to the University of Michigan today and thanked Adam for the kidney donation that made that possible. And I was wondering, because at one point when she had conversations a while back with Moses, she didn't sound so grateful. But I'm glad that she actually considers that. And as much as Sharon and Nick says that they're grateful, sometimes they don't act like it. Maybe Sharon, but not Nick. However, Sharon steps aside with Adam, and Adam acknowledges his new chapter at Jabot as co-CEO. Now, Sharon hopes that this isn't about sticking it to Victor again, is it? But Adam makes it perfectly clear that he's moving on from this revenge. Now, after Sharon suggests that Sally would be glad to hear it, Adam got a little bit upset to learn that Sally once again confided in Sharon about him. Sharon won't see why Adam should even care, since he doesn't really want to be with Sally anymore. Now, suddenly, Sally enters and exchanges a look with Adam, who he now convinced her to come out on the patio. Now, as they get ready to go out there, and I'm looking at Sally, it's like you were just mad at Chelsea for talking to him because you got feelings for him, but every time you come around this dude, you give him a hard time. What do you want? Anywho, this is where we hear Adam tell Sally about the co-CEO job at Jabot. So then we see her taking a jab about how busy he is since he's juggling revenge too. Now, Adam discussed with Sally about Chloe's concerns about him messing with Sally's head. Now, after Adam says Chloe wanted him to clarify that they have no future, first, she's not happy that Chloe is overly involved in her personal life. Well, you shouldn't have put it on her table. And then Sally also is frustrated over Adam trying to cause more pain. No, he's trying to have a conversation with you. Cut it out. However, Adam insists that Sally got it all wrong and he wants to say he's sorry. Now, once Adam admits he was unfair when he didn't let Sally weigh in, he talks about how he didn't want her to be collateral damage in the process. And now that Sally is proving that she can shine on her own, Adam realizes that he should have trusted her and they should have been a team. Now, I agree with that as well. Since Sally can always see through his BS, Adam is hoping that she can also see that this apology is sincere and forgive him as well. And they left us right here with this cliffhanger, so we'll know, I guess, next week what she decides to do with this apology. So now we're over at Jabot, and Kyle gets the news that Adam has changed his mind and took the co-CEO position after all that he was in. Now, although Kyle isn't happy about it, he does respect that, and it is Jack's decision to make. Now, Kyle also hints about needing Jack's help with a project, and he admits that it's a wedding that he wants to do with his wife, since even though their wedding in Milan was absolutely beautiful, Summer missed having a celebration with family in Genoa City. And with that in mind, Kyle is hoping to plan something at the Abbott house. Now, Jack insists that he would be absolutely honored and will vow to do whatever it takes to make this celebration, very special for, his wife. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. We need a wedding. We haven't seen one since that old crazy Ashland Locke mess with Victoria. So that was nice. So as they're walking out talking about the celebration, that leads us to Diane overhearing. And she also asked about this celebration. So Jack leaves Kyle to fill his mom in on the news. Now, after Kyle swears Diane to secrecy, he reveals that he's planning a surprise wedding gathering for Summer for all of their family and friends to witness. Now, Diane, of course, she thinks that this sounds wildly romantic, and she assures Kyle that she's going to help make this a very spectacular day. As Diane get all choked up about getting to be there for this milestone, we see them have a very, very tender moment. Now, Summer and Phyllis walk in. They think it looks like they're walked in on something suspicious. Diane act like, she's just counting her blessings as usual, and there will be, of course, tension with Phyllis later. Now, after Diane suggests, her early moment with Kyle wasn't for public consumption, Phyllis thinks that is interesting considering so much of Diane's life has been served up for public consumption. And Phyllis is gloating over Talia's banner headline and called Diane attention to this whole scandalous story about her on the magazine's website. Now, Diane acts like, don't bother me. Whatever it is, I'm cool. But she does seem upset when she actually views the long and winding road of Diane Jenkins back from the dead on her phone. Now, Phyllis pops back in and warned Diane, you think this is bad? Well, guess what? It's going to be the first in a series of articles. And I'm like, girl, she taking up too much space in your head. You are at this point so much that you can't get over history. I don't think that's a Diane problem. I think that's a you and a Nikki issue. Go get some help with that. Also, Jack, while in his office, he gets the phone notification, and he is not happy as he looks at Diane's expose article as well. And I'm curious to find out, does he really know how this happened? We really don't know in this episode, but we'll probably find out next week. Okay, so we're back at the coffee house again. Nick is chatting with Sharon about their family before getting summoned by none other than his father, Victor Newman, to come and see him at the ranch. And when Victor calls, you better get going. So that leaves Sharon to ask Mariah and Tessa, who just came in looking glum, what's wrong? So Tessa and Mariah admits that they were turned down by a private adoption attorney after being honest about their pasts. Now, that attorney didn't think that either Mariah or Tessa would be chosen by a prospective birth mom when compared to people who didn't have criminal records. Now, Sharon absolutely thinks this is outrageous, but Tessa and Mariah take the accountability and acknowledge that their records are far from spotless, with all of the break-ins, robberies, blackmail, and gun stealing. Now, although Mariah and Tessa are disheartened by all of this, Sharon pushes them not to give up now, and she gives this whole pep talk on how overcoming their past will make them great moms. So Tessa and Mariah come together with this whole group hug. Now we're back at the ranch, and Victor confesses to Nikki that he just cannot give up on Adam. Boy, boy, boy. However, while he's actually drowning in his Adam sorrows that most of it's been created by him, we see Nikki reads on her phone, and she is excited about the fact that Talia has published her article, and she wants to tell Talia how brilliant it is. Then, of course, we see Nick show up as he was summoned after, Victor getting the news from Nikki about Diane. He talks about Sally. And although Sally is showing great leadership at Newman Media, which Nick is defending, Victor doesn't think she's up to the task because her original reason for her being there, according to Victor, was to convince Adam to stay. And after Victor mentions this whole thing with Sally running Summer off to Milan, he argues that he just don't trust this woman and he wants Nick to fire her. And you know what? Whatever comes her way, it is what it is, because you knew what you were signing up for. You protect the Newmans. The Newmans don't protect you. They only use you for whatever they can get out of you. And when they're done with you, they're done. Okay, so there you have it, your Young and the Restless recap for Friday, September 2nd, 2022. Stay tuned for the bold and the beautiful recap also for today. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye.